I was a baseball player before, and once I stopped playing, I got into a kind of a rut where I didn't care anymore, and I got lost, and I got into a hole, got out of shape, overweight, and then I lost my ability to work hard. I lost all these things. I just didn't care anymore, you know. And then once you get into that hole, it's really difficult to get out, no matter how good you were before. All of a sudden, my mom got really sick. When my mom got really sick, as my venting mechanism, taking care of her every day, I would go out and go for a walk. And I would be upset with myself that I can't believe I feel this way. How did I do this to myself and everything? And then I just started to, from there, build on it and started to take my first steps of running again.
Perfect.
At that point, I started at just basically like 500 meters, I think, is all I could last without stopping. And then the next day I wanted to do 600, and then 700, and then, you know, until I got to a point where I could run for like a half an hour. And then it just kept gaining, where, all right, I could do a half hour a day. Now let me see if I can do it 7 days in a row. And then let me see if I can do it 2 weeks in a row. No matter how bad my body hurt, no matter how bad my ankles or my shins or whatever, I have to do it every single day. When that voice is telling you not to, you gotta, don't listen to it and keep going. And when I started with running, I realized that I was running so much, and it was like, what am I doing this for now? It's like, I'm just running to run, because like, I feel okay. I'm not really caught up on what I look like, but I feel good. So I was like, what am I doing this for? Why don't I start doing races? I start training for a race or whatever, and then I ran a half marathon for the first time. I got 3rd place, and I was like, ooh, that was really fun. I've never ran a race before in my life, you know, and then that kind of started everything. Especially running races, when you think that you're good, join a race, and then you realize you're not that good. There's people who can really, really run. I realize that I can't compete with everybody else. I just gotta compete with myself. And if I want a good time, I gotta go and compete with myself and get the best time I possibly can. Doesn't matter about anybody else. I'm gonna go out there and do what I need to do, what makes me feel good, not what something else does. Happens that I got 3rd place. I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to get it under a certain time for myself, and ended up being good enough. I think the struggle is self-motivation, meaning that it's the daily thing, where it's like, I gotta get this done today. And then I'm looking at my shoes for an hour and be like, ugh, you know, and it's getting over that and overcoming that. Swimming is usually some of the hardest parts, because I'm not a small guy, so I like sink, you know, so I have to constantly be moving. But none of them are easy, especially if you really go on long bike rides or if you go on long runs. They're all equally as difficult. It just depends on how much time you spend. If you spend a lot more time in the pool and you grew up swimming, swimming should be a little bit easier, but you know, swimming's a little rough. It's that struggle that if you're gonna take a 4-hour bike ride or you're gonna run for 3 hours, that struggle that you're inside your own head that just, even though it's 3 hours, it feels like it's 15. You know, the patience of it, no matter what, it's gonna pass. I gotta finish, you know, and it's kind of helped me kind of calm down and be patient on a lot of things, you know, truthfully. And I still consider myself fairly impatient, but nothing compared to what I used to be. It's kind of helped me think before I act in certain ways, and kind of take stuff in a little bit easier, you know, than instead of just flying right off the handle. Since my schedule's kind of weird, if I can't particularly make a race or whatever, I'll make it in my mind, well, if I can't make that race, I'm gonna get those same miles in today. You know, so like, I'm doing it, but I'm not physically there, but it's because I can't be there. With the schedule with baseball and everything, it'll be very difficult to kind of plan that out. Spring training was really tough because we practiced early, so I'd have to be up at dark, you know, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and get my work, like get my running in or doing whatever. But now since we're in night games, it's a little easier, but it's also depends on what time the game's over. Because if the game's over, if we don't get home till 2, 3 in the morning, you know, and need sleep, you know, and so sleep's important to me. So maybe on a really late night, I get up and I do just a little bit, and like I said, I'll have to run 2 or 3 times during that day to get it done. And every day I'm getting it, no matter what, you know. And then I get my work in before we go to the field. Sometimes I'll run at the field too.
太好了，中心跟那个热忱大于我们很多现役的选手。光是跑步我们就不用讲，跑步应该是全队所有人最厉害的。他跑的那个，没有人可以赢过他。他根本不像是棒球选手，感觉像是对耐力型选，那个就是那种长跑型的运动员。
I know that some of the players think I'm crazy sometimes. Some of them are probably like, "Why are you doing that? Like for what?" I would love it if I had a coach who worked his butt off, who did something like that, you know, because you know he's out there doing his thing. He understands what hard work is. He understands these things, and you know, and the stuff it takes to get through the grind of that. It doesn't matter what people think of it, really. I'm gonna still do it no matter what, whether they like it or not. You know, it's just who I am right now. I'm not an elite athlete. I'm not a professional runner, professional cyclist, or a professional swimmer by any means. I'm just a guy who wants to stay in decent shape and try to challenge myself. And the goal is to finish. Okay, I don't have any supreme goals to, oh, I want to do it under 8 hours, or I want to do it under 6 hours. No, I don't have any of that. My thing is, I'm not going to beat myself up on it. I'll go out there and I'll try to finish it at the best possible time that I can, that my body will allow me to do.